Some say that it's all about the adrenaline rush, the high, and the thrill of the scare. Some believe it can help them conquer their own inner demons and with the day-to-day struggles they face. Perhaps it's why we watch intense and scary movies from the safety of our own living rooms. And just maybe, it helps us face our greatest fear of all: death. It may be the mastery of this fear in a safe environment which brings thoughts about our own inevitable fate under control. One thing most experts agree on, it remains somewhat of a psychological puzzle and mystery. Why some like to be scared and others to scare. For days, I was anxious about my visit to this small Pennsylvania town and to the Field of Screams haunted attraction in Mountville. But here I am, so follow me on my journey
I never sat in an electric chair before.
through this amazing theme park as we document what it means to be a haunt owner,
I'm gonna pull your eyeballs out and chew them up and then spit them back into your face.
scare actor,
Have you seen these people recently?
What's your first and last name?
Drunk, the clown.
and patron.
A guy grabbed me and tried to drag me in the woods.
We go behind the scenes, behind the actors, owners, and crew. I get more than I bargained for as I undergo my own transformation into the scare actor world and find out how a nightly show is put on. Located on 35 acres at their family farm, the attraction created by brothers Gene and Jim Schopf attract a staggering 75,000 patrons a year.
If you want to find a really scary haunted attraction to go to, this is the one to go to. Hey, what's your real name?
Drunk.
Come with us as we take you on a journey of elaborate fantasies and thrills. As we explore all manners of horror at the Field of Screams haunted attraction in Mountville, Pennsylvania. As you can see, I'm having a little trouble with these hayride monsters.
This is a story of two brothers who grew up right here on this farm and took the best qualities of their mom with her creativity and her craziness, and the great qualities of their dad, whose business sense and hard work allowed a dream to come true. The walls are infected! Right here, on this very location. This is where they grew up as children. This is the beginning of a true American story of ingenuity.
Oh, the dog's right for you! Come on, don't worry, we're funny out here.
And it was set in motion as living proof that with hard work and dedication, all things are possible.
Ready for your checkup?
Oh God!
Years ago, we started in 1993. It's our family farm. You know, the barns, they were once like, you know, we had equipment in there, we had animals, we had chickens, we had pigs, we had our potato cellar in the Frightmare Asylum. My dad bought it way long ago. My grandmother actually lived here, and we would go to Sunday dinner like right over there.
We are here at Field of Screams with the co-owner, and his name is Jim Schopf.
We've only been in this one location, so it's kind of crazy. Our history here on this 35-acre farm. I was really little, and the Frightmare Asylum, like I said, we used to have chickens in there, and I'd have to, because we didn't live right on the farm, we lived right, on the other end of the farm. So I would have to ride my bike down or walk down and feed the chickens. It would be like nighttime. It'd be kind of creepy.
Well, we just decided to scare a few people on a family farm. There was nothing here. The Den of Darkness was a barn that we had a cow in, and the Frightmare Asylum was some chickens.
We are here at Field Screams with Gene Schopf.
Got it. We just decided it'd be fun to scare some people one day and made a little path in the cornfield. It was fun, hiding in the cornfield, jumping out, getting some scares, and we got hooked.
And I could see why. Jim and Gene have been in business for 30 years, pioneering a unique brand in a competitive industry. They are still at the top of their game, and that's driven by a passion for the haunt and the thrill of the scare.
So you grew up without a TV set, right? So that's crazy to me.
You really did your research.
Yes, I did my research.
This is
because
impressive.
I was like, no TV.
No, and we weren't Amish.
Growing up without a TV forced us to be creative and find things to do.
My dad just thought it was like a waste of time.
Instead of just sitting down, playing video games and watching the TV, we went out and played in the dirt. We farmed. We found ways to make money. Became entrepreneurs.
We didn't even go to movies.
So how did we do this? Stuff? Like that's what blows my mind.
So I think the main inspiration for us, we had like the old vinyl LP records, and we had the Disney's Haunted Mansion.
We're both wrestlers, and we thought, oh, high school's over. What are we gonna do? Well, let's go to school and continue our wrestling careers. And while we were there, we got educations. My brother became a math teacher. I was a shop teacher.
I blame this all on my mom a lot of times.
My mom's a little crazy.
Or my raven. Ow!
She would tell us these creepy stories, and when we would listen to the Disney's Haunted Mansion LP, she would like play along and read along.
She would do things. I can remember I would come home and it's like, where's mom? And next thing you know, you're in the house, you're starting to get a little freaked out.
She was very creative. She would come up with these stories.
And next thing you know, there were mom, you'd open up a door and there she'd be hiding on the stairs, getting ready to jump up and scare you. And it's like, I just thought that was normal.
She was an actor here until she was 80.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She pushed around a wheelchair and she had a character in there called Eleanor. And she would wait, perfect timing. She would hit the pedal and Eleanor would come flying up out of there and she would get her scared and she would look over and go like, I got them good.
We'll find out more about Gene and Jim's mother Annette and her prop Eleanor a little later in the show. But first, what makes people want to scare? What drives them?
Can't let it take you like it took me. It takes over and you can't feel anything.
It's a visceral feeling. The lack of control, the fear, and being scared in a controlled environment is what brings hundreds of thousands of thrill seekers to haunted attractions each and every year.
Discovered that a lot of hunts say that they're the top rated in the country. But in this case, let me tell you, it's really true. And I'm here to say, I'm a little bit more than terrified about the prospects to experience their Den of Darkness and their Frightmare Asylum tonight.
But what does it mean to be a scare actor? They are the lifeblood of the haunt industry, the flesh and bones that give life to these crazy attractions. It is these remarkable actors that I love to talk with and have a special fondness for. So let's go meet some.
Are you a zombie?
No.
What?
I'm just me.
I've heard that you're an accountant.
I am.
Hi, what's your name?
Mr. Crowley.
So you're going to the prom tomorrow?
Yes.
What part are you in?
I'm gonna be in the kitchen with my buddy
Oh, God.
My name's Coble.
Coble?
Yeah. You've seen their faces. But have you seen them well enough?
As you can see, scare actors are passionate, entertaining, and love to perform. They will also scare the heck out of you.
I don't think I would have necessarily loved Halloween if my dad didn't do this.
Ready for your checkup?
But now that he did, it's really immersed me into the whole like culture and like the whole like business side of it, and I just really love it that way.
Here to scare.
Okay.
That's it. I'm not a zombie.
So
Yeah,
this
I'm
is-
new,
Oh, okay.
but I'm pretty good at it.
You look great. I bet.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look like you would be.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm sure you'll be
scare
scaring
people.
me.
Yeah, come through. I'll be in the bathrooms waiting.
I'm a patient in the first room in the asylum. Been experimented on.
Are you got a staple gun? That's
Yes, I do. That kind of.
a bloody staple gun.
See, like my face is like just like your pretty hair. This one smells fresh.
Oh my God. I don't even know what to say.
I'm gonna do some autopsies today, see how that goes.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Lobotomy?
I think so.
Oh no, you're in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh, you're a dentist? Oh my God, you look like a dead dentist.
only a little bit. On the inside.
Only dead on the inside.
I normally talk like this, so let's see how that works.
Did you? So you never worked at a haunt before?
No, but
This.
I've always loved Halloween.
And where are you usually at?
Well, normally the Den of Darkness, sometimes
okay.
in Asylum.
Okay. I'm kind of freaked out right now.
I like your shoes. They're big and stuff. Do you also stomp people's skulls in?
They could.
Can I borrow them? Because you know it makes it a lot easier. Because I just. Sorry.
Asylum. So is it a criminal asylum or a
Well, a little bit of a mixture.
mixture? And why did they put you there?
Too many drugs.
You want some pills?
Oh, okay.
I pretty much bounce around from all the different buildings. Mostly spend most of my time in the Den of Darkness. And this last season, I spent a lot of time in Nocturnal Wasteland as a Swamp Witch, so that was a lot of fun.
Becoming a scare actor means working as a performer. They use costumes, makeup, props, and dramatic acting to create an atmosphere of fear and suspense. They often work in a team with the goal of providing a memorable and frightening experience for patrons. This role requires a combination of creativity, physical abilities, and quick thinking, as well as the skills to improvise and adapt to the reactions of the guests. In addition to scaring people, a scare actor may also be responsible for setting up and maintaining their scenes and interacting with guests in a friendly manner when necessary.
We've had upwards to 10,000 people in a night here.
Field of Screams is really an entire entertainment hub for the fall season in particular. But they also open for holidays such as Christmas, Valentine's Day, and St. Patrick's Day with a unique brand of fun and horror for these occasions.
And now since that, and with the, we changed our ticketing around a little bit, price-wise, but also with time slots. So now we sell tickets in time slots.
Like a play.
Yeah, like a play. Like there's only so many spaces available for 6 o'clock. There's only so many spaces available for 6:30, 7:30 throughout the night. So that really helps spread the crowd out. But still, on those Saturday nights in October, those time slots are jam-packed, and it's crazy. I mean, there's
And you have bands
tons of
here?
people. We have bands, we have live entertainment, we have DJs, sometimes there's a juggler, a magician.
The actors might be at a different spot. They scare the group from a different, position. They might use a different skit line. The lighting might be different. The fog might be different. So every time it's a little bit different experience, even though it's the same. And that's the thing too. We work year round on sets and scenes. So in the den, for example, there's a new kitchen scene. There's a new pantry, there's a new tree, there's a new bathroom. I mean, it's just all these new sets, and we constantly are changing things. Right now, we're building a huge tree in Nocturnal Wasteland. It's going to have illuminated pumpkins up in there. It's going to be a really, really cool showpiece.
Nocturnal Wasteland is an outdoor space that features mutant creatures from a post-nuclear nightmare. It's like an entire movie set. In fact, all the sets here at Field of Screams are elaborate, and one can tell that there's a tremendous amount of work that has gone into making them a freakishly satisfying scare.
This is scary, folks. Don't just come here thinking it's like, yeah. I mean, this is a scary, scary attraction. So they recommend 10 and over, right? Pretty
yeah,
much.
We do, but I mean,
they're not going to turn you away.
Yeah, we're not going to turn anyone away, but it's definitely.
It's not for the faint of heart.
It's not.
That's why I'm very scared. It's going to be really scary for me. Trust me.
There are plenty of grown adults that cannot make it through Field of Screams.
Yeah.
Like they take the first emergency exit. They're like, I'm out of here. I don't even want my money back. Just
let me out.
Get me off this freaking property.
When you go through the chainsaw barn, the chainsaw guys attack you. They'll pick out the person that's the most scared.
Gene is talking about Extreme Blackout Night. This is an intense experience, and due to the nature of the event, it only occurs one day a year. You will need to sign a waiver to participate, and trust me, this experience is not for the faint-of-hearted.
And then when you're unloading at the unloading station, next thing you know, the chainsaw guys jump out of the cornfield, they grab that person, take them back to the chainsaw barn, put them in a cage, and then when the next wagon comes in, they terrorize that person with the chainsaw. As well as the new wagon, and then after that wagon leaves, they release that person, and guess what? They go get another person from that wagon.
The adrenaline of knowing that you're going to be pushed to the limit of like being scared, but you know it's a controlled, safe environment.
Yeah, you're going to leave here laughing after you've been freaked out, screaming.
So that's, I mean, it gets a little crazier. So that's really extreme, things like that.
That would
so,
be me. In the thing.
you gotta make sure you don't draw attention to yourself with freaking out too much.
Unfortunately, I do freak out that much.
I figured out I thought.
The Nocturnal set features old school buses, ice cream trucks, living trees, catwalks, swamps, cemeteries.
You see, we're literally peeing their pants.
We keep a tally of people that pee, and then that got old, so now it's a tally of people that poop.
I have 2 pairs of the identical pants. I have another pair of these in the car. So, just in case, because I never peed my pants yet, but if it's gonna happen, I'm scared it's gonna happen tonight.
People poop, people have panic attacks, people pass out, ambulance has to come sometimes. But we sell spare underwear and sweatpants and boxers in the Scream shop. So if you do have a little mishap, we got you covered.
I'm thinking 2's not gonna be enough. we have 4 attractions at Field of Screams.
I only have 2 of the same pants.
So when you see here in like Field of Screams sweatpants
later,
later,
something else.
That's gonna be why.
Shorts.
Yeah.
Lost my pants. When I'm about to walk through those doors,
that's the feeling.
That's the feeling I get.
You're on the edge.
That's what
You're on the
get.
ledge.
Because I'm like, I don't know what's in there.
Yeah.
I have no clue. I've never been here before, and I know it's gonna be scary, and I know it's gonna really freak me out.
We should
and then
psych
sometimes,
yourself up.
When we are shooting, I gotta do it like 2-3 times, and then I'm like, I don't want to go back in there.
Yeah.
These are heavy. Are these real?
Every great enterprise requires creative and driven leadership. Here at Field of Screams is no different. They have a number of talented set managers that know just how to get the show rolling.
My name is Big Steve.
I never sat in an electric chair before.
My role here at Field of Screams is I am the Frightmare Asylum Manager, which basically means I organize and lead a group of actors, train them, make sure that the show's running properly and safely. So you basically call me the director of the asylum show.
Please take me with you, please.
The actors at Field of Screams all need to enroll in Scare School before they are allowed to get their hands on the public. And looking at all this madness, we can see why.
We have multiple trainings throughout the summer and the off season. We have designated scare schools where we have classes to give these kids the finer points of scare acting.
It's an odd career choice, but scare actors love their work.
Stuff that we learn throughout experience and what works best. So we definitely give them all the knowledge and tools that it takes to become a great scare actor. As a matter of fact, before I started here, I'd never even been to a haunt. So I had no idea what to expect coming out here. I had no idea what Field of Screams even looked like. And this was 20 years ago.
It's hard to believe Big Steve has worked here for 20 years. I think that would make him about 12 when he started.
My name is Cameron Martin. I am the Nocturnal Wasteland manager. I started managing last season. I ran Chainsaw here in the Asylum for a couple years. I ran Chainsaw in Nocturnal. I ran Chainsaw in the Hayride. I've ran Chainsaw a lot of places here.
Everything that you see here was grass. Nocturnal wasn't there. These big facades on the outside of the buildings, they weren't there. It was just 2 barns and a hayride. 20 years later, it's a full-scale amusement park.
It is something you can come out and do, and you can just release everything out of your body. No one's gonna know who you are because you're gonna have a mask, you're gonna have makeup, a full costume.
Yikes.
No! No one's gonna know who you are. You can just act like the demon and they're gonna love it.
Play. Oh my god. 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 Why are they doing this?
They come here to get scared, and that's what they paid for.
What is your back?
Movie was filmed out here about 2 years ago. The owner put my name out there to be the monster. I'm 6'9", so it's an obvious fit.
That's why we're sitting in electric chairs, by the way. So what's the weirdest thing or the funniest thing that you ever that you saw here?
The funniest thing. One of my actors in Nocturnal had a dead crow and acted with it.
I'm like a big, humanoid mutant alien creature just covered in slime and toxic sludge. I don't want to give too much away, but he looks pretty gross.
And what do you do?
He picked it up off the trail and just started acting with it.
Like, what do you mean acting with it?
He would just put it in customers' faces and just get up and in your face.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, it's a pretty gross looking monster, and it's very terrifying. You can see I got my murder pants on, and I got my stuff on underneath.
Can I use your fingers for something that I'm cooking up?
I tried to put my mask on and go in and scare, 5 minutes, I get a radio call, hey, this is going on, we need you to take care of this. So it's like, all right. I try when I can, the kids love it. I'm 32 years old, so I can't go as hard as they can or all night like they can.
Oh God.
Really love the den. I've always loved the den. It's an old school murder house. It's super scary, super gory. I love the asylum as well. But actually, I acted in the hayride for 13 years before I became a manager. So I was never a building
What did
actor.
you do in the hayride?
I was in the redneck skit. With
Oh,
the
cool.
Moonshine
Yeah.
Distillery. Yeah, kick the door open with the rifle. Where the Sam Hill are you doing out here?
Don't you miss scare acting?
Sometimes, but I love taking care of the kids. I love being there for them whenever they need something. That's what I love the most about this now.
Oh my God! I smell delicious by the end of the night.
It's hard to tell exactly how many people pee their pants, but I have seen it happen. It does happen. We've found plenty of pairs of pants out in the parking lot that people decided they didn't want to take home with them.
That's right.
They smell to high heavens. So as far as how many, actually I could say not enough. It's always not enough, but it happens.
It's like the room that gives birth to you. Oh God.
Look, someone else left an earring in here last night. It's down there.
I think I need a break from all the monsters. So come join me in the makeup room with the cast and the crew.
I threw you into the chair.
Yeah, let's talk about that. He threw me in a chair, Eric.
Get an on-camera hug.
We're at Field of Screams, of course, and we're in the makeup room. And this is where everybody goes to get ready. Downstairs, they have all the clothes, there's props and everything. And then you come up here and people do your makeup. And they're incredible. I mean, it's airbrushing, it's really cool prosthetics.
I had an absolute blast hanging out with this fun bunch of actors and artists. But don't get me wrong, I would not want to be left alone with any of them after the sun goes down.
This is my 3rd year doing makeup here, 5th year here. We do a boot camp every summer. It's about a week or 2 weeks long. We learn all the basic tricks, how to take apart your gun, put it together, clean it, what colors go on what actors. Like there is certain colors that you only use in certain scenes.
So there's typically a lookbook of like what they're generally supposed to look like for what area. And then you can kind of look at the face and see like, oh, well, this piece won't really fit on this face is too round, or this face is too long. So then I kind of take it and switch it around to something that will work for that face.
You can do like a general look for like each attraction, or you can get like one just specific to that room. And then we learn how to make silicone, because everybody gets their own fresh made silicone.
Well, I've been here since 2013, but I've been doing makeup since 2016.
And do you scare people too?
Yes.
Yeah. Did I see you last night?
Yes, you did.
You know who this is?
No.
She's the you know.
That's me.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Oh my God, freaky.
Thank you.
Freaky good.
So what you see is all real. I am terrified in these environments. I'm not sure if it's just me, but the actors seem to feed off my fear. I even get spooked by a teddy bear. There are some pretty terrifying sights in this attraction, so let's go now and meet some more folks that make this all possible.
Children will love you.
This is a customer favorite. You know, where they get to walk through the bus.
Oh, this
over
is the
top.
bus.
Yeah, this is the bus.
This is the bus. That's great.
You're over top of the haunted hayride right now.
Nocturnal Wasteland is one of the most impressive attractions at Field of Screams, and a feat of engineering. It uniquely suspends a school bus in the air while their haunted hayride rolls underneath it. Jim gives us an up-close and personal tour of this amazing outdoor attraction.
Read this warning before entering the Nocturnal Wasteland.
One of the 4 at Field of Screams.
We're going through Nocturnal Wasteland.
So you got the nocturnal actors running around up here, getting their scares. You know, they can follow customers around. Then they can jump through here.
They're gonna get me in here. I know it.
Go up over the actor catwalk there. Back to the beginning where we started, where we went into the bus. So the whole idea of Nocturnal Wasteland, it's their village. So, you know, they're self-supporting electrical plants and their wastewater treatment plants and everything a community needs to survive. They have it here. It's like a bone.
Oh, that does look like a bone.
But it's an actual tree. See that?
Yeah. That's totally weird.
It's crazy. This place is haunted.
Oh, my baby hand.
Goes right in the tree. Custom made hole. This was my bike.
No way.
When I was a little kid. It's my bike. My childhood bike right here, guys. Even had the speedometer. Blackout night. You have to go in here by yourself. You have to grab onto the bar up there.
Why?
I'm not gonna tell you what. You gotta find out. You do keep your pants up, okay? So just, it's not that extreme, all right?
Oh God, come on. Tell me what you do here, because you didn't scare tonight, but you are usually a scare actor?
Many scare actors work for years in this profession, simply because they love horror. The sense of family, the friends, the uniqueness of working in such an unconventional industry, they feel at home. It's more than just work, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah, so when I come out here, I'm typically Teddy. Hello! You'll see me run around the entertainment area, kind of run around all over the place.
Are you always the same character?
Electric Q is my...
That's the name, Electric Q? Okay, Electric Q people, watch out.
I actually didn't have any acting experience before I came here. I was actually still in high school at the time.
So I like to take pieces of actual, real nurses and just kind of create my own character.
I grew up watching horror movies at like 5 years old.
You're lucky you're my manager.
That don't mean anything.
I was in kitchen in the Den of Darkness.
Oh God!
Actually, I'm diagnosed with autism, so I'm autistic in this. I don't really have that social, that social ability to talk to people, and I kind of distance myself. But here, I can be myself, and people accept me, and I love that. I love Jimmy and Gene. They're great people. Everybody here is awesome.
Now that the night's over, as I see everybody, I'll come up to them and I'll be like, hey, you did a great job. This is some things you can work on. If somebody is not being aggressive enough, or if somebody is not using the proper skit lines for their scene, stuff like that.
I can just yell at people without getting in trouble. And I can escape everything that goes on and just let it out, and it feels awesome. It's awesome to be yourself.
I came through several years ago, and I really wanted to learn how to do all that. And I figured out that I could volunteer out here when I wanted to.
Are you ready?
I thought you were coming through twice. What happened?
Oh, I was mistaken. I actually went through that one and then...
She chickened out.
No. This time he said he had it. He said he had it. He said I got it. I'm on it. I got it.
You chickened out.
So what makes you want to be a scare actor?
I just kind of enjoy acting. I've always enjoyed horror movies, and I want to be a part of one, essentially. I get to do whatever role I want, and primarily here, I love the sense of community.
When I was like 5, I would always like come around the corner and I just jump out at my dad, or like out of closets and stuff. I just always loved scaring my dad.
She's got an axe, see? She's got an axe. You know, it's the mask now, but you're getting makeup like around the mask, right?
Oh, actually, no.
No?
I'm driving a hayride in the tractor for the fall, so this is for that.
What do you think? 15?
15 faces a night? Something like that?
Yeah, each.
Like 10?
Yeah, 15 each.
I'm one of the full-time crew, so I'm the lead scenic designer. So I do a lot of set design work, a lot of sculpting. I made like the gargoyles outside, the Den of Darkness sign. So I do a lot of big projects. I like the scenic paint work and set dressing and everything in there.
Like you said, you drive the tractor.
I do, for the hayride, yeah.
And where are you going to be now?
I'm going to be in the den, in the furnace.
I get too close to the furnace sometimes and my face is burnt.
Because I like burning flesh. That's my favorite thing of all. So I have a buddy in there who's cremating.
2 to 3 hours for your body to look like my
That's how we heat the den. We don't use wood in there, we use bodies. So.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little afraid of that.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, okay.
The amount of excitement I get from just seeing the fear in people's eyes is ridiculous. It's amazing, and you get this sense of like, wow, like I feel powerful almost because you have that control.
It's now full circle.
No!
And what makes people like to be scared and others to scare. This environment is not for the faint-hearted. It will push your limits.
He's not a real dentist!
You will lose some control as your sensory and visual inputs are hijacked. Those of us, like myself, who scare easily can't escape the imagery as our minds rush to process what's happening. And Field of Screams pushes these boundaries. The set design and the actors give this haunt a life of its own as it pulls us into its world of horror and gore. In other words, it's as scary as hell.
Do it, baby.
Gas station. Every community needs a gas station, so we got our gas tenant here. He's filling up the tank. It's overflowing. He's smoking a cigarette, and everyone's like, "Whoa, easy!" So a little risk of fire going on here.
During our visit to Field of Screams, I was one of the few lucky ones ever allowed to climb their silo, as Gene explains how the nightly operations are run.
You're using your feet. I thought you were going to go up hands only. I didn't know she was going to cheat and use her feet as well. Probably only a dozen people have ever been allowed to do this.
Is that true?
You're one of the few. You're in the elite group.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm honored.
You're in the club. It's really a neat vantage point up here, especially to come up here at night. You can just see the entire operation. So we're 35 feet up in the air. If you look out here over the property, not one thing was here. This was a farm. It was just dirt, corn, cantaloupes, whatever we raised. You look across here, not one of these buildings was on this property. Not a telephone pole, not an electrical wire, no grass, no post, nothing. So it's really cool to stand here. You can look across and see the hayride. You can see the wagons rolling into the unloading station, and all those people get up and get off and go through the tormented twister. Right a little further down the path is a wagon that is staged. Around the corner a little further is another wagon being loaded. If you look down the path a little bit, you can see one, entering the tractor sign or the pig skit. And if you look through the hayride path, there's a tractor almost at every single scene, and it's just a well-oiled machine. They're following a time soundtrack.
It is really a sight to be seen. Gene is describing the nightly operations at Field of Screams and how they manage the traffic flow for thousands of people that come here.
They're going through the hayride path, and they're all forced to be just the right distance apart. And the customers are in the queue line, and you just see them. It's just over and over and over again.
Welcome to the Field of Screams Haunted Hayride. In order to ensure your safety and slightly increase your chances of ever returning alive, we must ask that you follow the rules of the ride. Alcohol, smoking, and profanity are not permitted. Once the ride begins, please remain seated and keep your arms, legs, and all body parts inside the wagon at all times.
And you look at that queue line and you think, man, it's with that number of people going through there, why is the queue line not getting any smaller?
The Haunted Hayride at Field of Screams is a highly elaborate and immersive experience. It takes you on a unique journey through its many hayride barns, featuring futuristic science fiction sets, a junkyard, which intersects with the nocturnal wasteland attraction. There is also a mad scientist in their cryogenic barn just waiting to preserve you.
But sometimes it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like, we need to get more people on the wagons. Well, there's only so many wagons, so many people you want to put on there.
you will witness experiments gone wrong and experience the slaughterhouse where some of the butchered livestock are still alive. There is a greenhouse with massive snakes, spiders, and creepy crawlies of all types.
And it is what it is. The machine just keeps going, and you see the people coming into the parking lot, coming off of Route 30, coming up to the ticket booth, walking down the entertainment area.
There is a circus with psychotic clowns and deranged jugglers, and a toxic waste dump run by inhospitable mutant creatures, products of chemical and radioactive warfare. There's old shacks and disgruntled farmers who don't take well to trespassing. And last of all, you may or may not get to witness an old-fashioned execution. Let's hope it's not you.
And finally, about 2 o'clock in the morning, the line's over.
Let's talk about what happened.
Throughout this episode, you will see me being subjected to various scare tactics.
Oh, how'd you like that little experience?
That will not occur for you. So don't let that stop you from coming to this amazing attraction.
Here's the sad thing, I wasn't really going full into it either. Well, we have an extreme blackout night, so I could have done a lot worse. A small demonstration of what it could have been. I had the adrenaline, trust me. Looked like one natural customer that the face of God was put in front of.
I mean, seriously, I think that's one of the scariest things that ever happened to me in a haunt. It was crazy. I was like, what the hell's happening?
Trust me, it's better on our ends if you don't have to see that experience firsthand.
Oh, I have more fun with this one.
It is entertaining to see it from either aspect.
1, 2,
I've been involved my whole life with Field of Screams.
Today, we are with Tanner Schopf. And he is the son of Gene Schopf.
Yep, that's right.
So this is a family operation. I just want you to come here and tell me a little bit about your family and how this all got started and your take on it.
Years ago now, my dad and my uncle, they started a little hayride out in the cornfield. And every year just got built onto, got bigger, better. And now here we are with this whole operation. So it started before I was born. Right when I was little, I was thrown in, gotten involved, scaring people. Let's go trick-or-treating. You know, I'd get the extra scary costumes out of storage. You know, we're on a farm, obviously, so people come, they dress up for the occasion. They're wearing their high heels, their big like stilettos or whatever.
I like your shoes. Wear shoes you can run in. That's the tip. Because I wear these and I can kind of run.
Do you also stomp people's skulls in?
But not as fast as I want to, because they're coming at you. It's scary. And I think I can run fast enough of these.
Can I borrow them?
I was scared after, yes, for about maybe 8 years, I think.
So here's my story with Chris. I know Chris a little bit. Bartles?
That's his last name, but he goes by Bartles.
Oh.
But
It's actually Bartels.
it's actually Bartels.
Bartel, how
Yeah.
classic.
It's a crazy clown or whatever, like a
I
weird.
still am.
Yeah, he had like this weird face, and then he was like, "Do I know you?" It was your birthday, and then we start talking. Chris really helped me a lot, right?
Yes.
So is there anything that you would like to add about this place and, you know, or
I
anything?
pretty much added everything.
That's
pretty
it.
much like
That's all you
Daffy.
Yeah, he's fancy.
He's fancy. Did you grow up with a TV? Because I know your parents didn't. You and Gene didn't have a TV as a kid, and neither did Jim. So do you miss scaring people now that you're doing other things?
I do.
Do you sometimes wish you could just be like...
On slow nights, I'll sneak away, get in costume.
Oh, you will?
And chase people around, yeah, for sure.
Are you gonna do it tonight?
I mean...
You're not gonna tell me! You're not gonna tell me, because I'll be like, oh my God, it's Tanner!
You never know when it might pop out.
Do you want to ever meet my mother? This is Eleanor. And then they scream and run, you know? I mean, she does a good job.
Well, I'm really excited because we have Annette Schopf here.
Ow!
And she is the mother of Jim and Gene Schopf.
Honey.
We have filmed at Field of Screams now numerous times, and I have always heard stories about Jim and Gene's mother, Annette Schopf, and her prop, Eleanor. And I finally get to meet her.
I'm so excited about it. And she also brought her prop. This is Eleanor.
It's your fault all this time.
I took all the blame for it.
And tell us about these two props.
Well, this is my cat rat. And this is my raven.
We threw you under the bus, outside, in the stairs.
I told them all about it. They get to fighting sometimes. Quit it. I have to break them up.
They said that you used to hide on the stairs and scare them and stuff.
Well, I'm sure I did some of that. It's a little hard to remember back, you know, that's a long time ago.
What I just love that this is a family business.
Yeah.
I just think that's the coolest thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
You don't sit back and really think about it too often. You just kind of,
You just go with
you're
it.
such
Just
a
evolve.
frenzy of building. You're just building, building, and you never stop. And
They grew up without a TV, right?
Yeah.
And so you would like get the Disney record out, read about it. Can you tell me about that?
Well, we worked Disney World and they had a haunted house. And we thought that that was pretty exciting. And then I bought the haunted house record and they played it over and over and over again.
it's good you did that to us.
Yeah, it is.
You were the start of all of it.
Yeah,
You started it.
She'll hit that lever and a millimeter of your chin.
Yeah.
Annette and Eleanor are retired now, but on special occasions, they still may come out to scare you.
So you guys are a lovely couple. I'm so happy to meet you. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much.
This is my cat rat. And this is my crow. Caw, caw, caw.
Twisted life, you have to face. Try to look into a mirror.
I'm here with Big Steve, and he thinks that he can teach me, somebody who's scared of everything, how to be a scare actor.
The first step in the process, I think, is really the look. So I made my way up to the makeup room.
We're at Field of Screams, and there's so many actors here tonight, tons of them. But they still said that I could act a little bit and try to scare, and I don't even know if I can scare anybody.
And as you can see, it's pretty busy in here, but I'm hoping to find my look for the night.
The basic fundamentals of scare acting fall down to three very, very simple tactics. One is attack and retreat. Now, attack and retreat means when you're hiding in your spot and the group's coming by, you attack, come out, say your skit line, project your character, you go right back into your hiding spot. Come out, say your skit line, project your character, you go right back into your hiding spot.
So she's gonna put the eyes in, and then I'm gonna go over to Justin, and then Justin is going to, do my makeup.
This is useful for three reasons. One, effectiveness. You get that jump scare, you get that startle scare.
It's gonna be good.
And you're gone. They're looking for the next scare. Two, it's for safety. If you pop out and go back into your hiding spot, you're safe.
Look up, try to keep it open.
The third reason that this is the most effective scare tactic is for pacing. We're out here for long nights, 7, 8, 9 hours. If you're jumping out into your scene and going all crazy for 30, 45 seconds, you're gonna be worn out after an hour. The second basic fundamental to scare acting is your skit line.
Everybody loves ice cream.
A skit line is words that you say to convey your character and to scare the customer.
You can't let it take you like it took me. It takes over and you can't feel anything.
What would be a good one?
Well, I'm gonna cut your face off, or I'm gonna tear your heart out and play it like a Rubik's Cube. You know, the more creative and gruesome these skit lines get, the more scary that makes your character.
Thank you so much. Okay, off to get my makeup done with Justin. This'll be fun. He is an amazing artist and set designer.
These Gen Z kids aren't scared of much, but if you tell them, I'm gonna come to your house and kill all your pets, you gotta adapt. You gotta adapt with people who are different ages, different age groups.
You'd make a great pair of boots.
Different type of people. You have to know how to gauge the person that you're attacking.
All right, ready?
Basic fundamentals. You got your attack and retreat down. You have your skit line, say I'm a dentist. Then I'm gonna rip all your teeth out. And then run away.
These little pretty mouth and pieces will come up real nice like. I think they
I don't want you to rip my teeth out. Get away from me. That's the kind of thing. Third basic fundamental to scare acting, and which kind of ties it all together, is actor credibility. Be your character. Don't show up if you're gonna be a zombie wearing fresh white, Nike sneakers and, all these accessories and stuff like that. You have to look like the zombie. You have to be the zombie. You have to project your character as the zombie. I'm not gonna come out as a dentist and be like, I'm gonna put bugs in your ears. That doesn't make sense. Because I'm a dentist, I'm not an exterminator. And it makes you more than just a jump scare. It makes you an experience.
Yeah, you don't want to have like white teeth with that look.
Now you look gross.
Thank you. You're welcome. Why, thank you. He said it looked gross.
I'd like to kiss you, but I just brushed my hair.
Oh, it doesn't matter if your hair wasn't brushed. I'd still kiss you.
So how do you like my look?
I didn't recognize you at first.
You didn't?
No.
You don't even, oh, okay, that's good.
But when I saw the camera here, I knew you.
Dead giveaway, right?
Yeah.
I didn't get to scare in the haunt this time, but I really enjoyed getting made up and discovering what it takes to become a scare actor at one of the scariest haunts I've ever stepped foot in. People love it. The scares, bands, and entertainment and the atmosphere during these spooky fall nights.
Oh my God! Do you like the fact that they touch you, or you don't like it, or because I know they touch you?
I think they should actually do it more.
You do? They should touch you more. Okay.
I think that would definitely make it scarier.
I had such a great time here. I love the actors and the staff, and especially the owners.
They had one of the guys just come up to me, and he tied me up and carried me over his shoulder and brought me out.
Well, all last year, Gene would be calling me Grumpy Santa, all through the regular season.
Your son, and he's in there now, right?
Yes.
And he loves it. He loves it so much.
Yes.
And he got his makeup done.
Would you want to be Grumpy Santa? I said, sure. I ended up in the den in the first room as Grumpy Santa for the Christmas show.
A guy grabbed me and tried to drag me in the woods.
Zombie head. Okay, this is the zombie head, pretty realistic. All right. Oh, there's some kind of fuzzy stuff on this one. Oh, I was shooting for that one. Well, that was bad. Oh my God.
And my fiance and her sister just kept on walking and laughing at me.
The weirdest part is you gotta crawl on your hands and knees through this like crawl space.
I've lived it every day for 20 years, and it's like pumpkins and skeletons and ghosts. I get it. It's scary.
Oh my God. I just can't believe you don't like Halloween.
Their dreams 30 years ago have inspired and entertained thousands of people over the years.
Well, thank
Thank you for joining me. I had the most amazing time. Feel the Screams is amazing, and I just loved every second of it.
Is that a real dead rat or is that a fake dead rat?
And it was very, very scary.
Bodies look like there's a body that's been clawed, and they go down and they claw people up out of the wagon and kill them.
This is a electric chair challenge to see who can fake being electrocuted best, right? So I guess I'm gonna go look at this guy. You know, he's cheating.
Here's a big spider for you.
Scary level 10.
Rich, I'm coming for you. I'm your mommy. Come give me a hug.
These monsters, they come out of the corn, as we say.
Oh, he's a professional. I'm up against professional, but I still think I'm gonna win. It is intense. Said rat. Don't touch it.
I really, really enjoyed it, and it's super scary.
So like that spider is very larger than life.
When I was a kid, I used to bite the feet off my Barbie dolls. That's what that reminds me of. I don't know why I did it.
If I fall, you'll catch me?
Yep.
Yeah, right. I don't believe you.
Here we go.
Okay. I had a nightmare about that was under my bed.
Yeah. Some of our actors have gone home and hidden under people's beds.
Oh, look at him. He doesn't think I can win.
You're gonna be pushed to the limit.
It is super scary.
Well, thanks for coming. We enjoyed your visit.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll see you in the fall.
Did you say fall?
Yeah.
He's right. It was better.
I have an idea.